What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Nintendo Land, and last night we got another new clip of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and it's really our first in-movie clip that we've gotten outside of trailers, obviously showing some more details and stuff to talk about. So today I'm going to go over some of those new details and things, and show you some Easter eggs that you may have missed. Now, we went over a lot of these scenes and different screenshots from other trailers, so I'm not going to go in super depth with everything, but for the part where the toads are hitting the coin blocks, you can actually see that Mario Bros. 3 treasure chest once again, and it opens up once a toad hits a coin and takes a coin out, and then closes again, which is a cool animation. We can see more of those block signs showing a super leaf, a fire flower, and even a peach crown, which once again might reference the castle, maybe taking you towards the castle or something like that when you jump through that pipe. There's also some type of bathroom or outhouse to the back with some symbol on this red circle sign. I just cannot make out what this is. And we get to see some more blocks with new symbols on them. There's one that looks kind of like a fountain or some type of light post. I'm not sure what that is, but it does change into a castle theme, like a giant tall towered castle. And once again, probably having something to do with, Peach's castle itself. That's why there's special golden blocks, but still not quite sure. You can also see the color of the pipes that they lead to match the color of the blocks right before them. There's a green super leaf for the green pipe on the right, there's a blue mini mushroom for a blue pipe in the middle, and a gold fire flower for the gold pipe on the left. Also, if you look at one of the toad doors at the top, it has a very similar pattern to that of the warp boxes from Mario 3D World, which is a very interesting detail. And it also looks like someone's playing a item roulette very similar to the bonus houses in Mario Bros. 3. In the background here, we get to see a building with a barrel on the front, maybe some type of shop, and we also get to see the crazy cap store, which was kind of leaked a long time ago, but here it is officially in the trailer. We're getting some Mario Odyssey references, and I love this. This next scene, we get to see a poster with some toads in a band, and one of those toads is Toadette, confirming that Toadette is probably going to be in this movie one way or another. We also get to see a sign on top of the arch with different items. We see the treasure chest from Mario Bros. 3. There's some green and red mushrooms that are out of the picture above the sign, but the rest of the emblems seem to represent food and different drinks that you can get within the area, like a coffee mug and some snacks. And whoever said Mario didn't have no cheeks in this movie, he got a little cheekage going on. We can then see Mario bump into a toad carrying a bag with a Cheep in it, like it's a little fish in a bag you win at a fair or something, which is very funny. Even the Cheep kind of gives Mario the smoldering eye. And we can see that one coffee shop we keep seeing with a star on the coffee mug once again. There's always that one scene with so much stuff to analyze, and this is one of them. Now, the barrel on the left seems to be full of some type of keys, and right above it is a sign that says open that resembles the title card for Super Mario Bros. We also have more chests from Super Mario Bros. 3 and a Yoshi coin from Super Mario World in a display case. We have a poster of Princess Peach in the back from Super Mario Bros. 3. This is actually from the letters that she sends Mario, and puts a little stamp of her like holding her hands together, almost look like she's praying, at the bottom left side of the letter. On the right side, we once again see that music box from Mario Bros. 3 we've seen 100 times, a glowing Yoshi egg in a case, and also the hammer from Mario Bros. 3 in a case in the front as well, along with a sign above it that has different symbols. Looks like a super leaf, a mushroom, and a tanuki suit for different coins. Looking back into the middle of the store, we can see some keys, probably referencing Super Mario World, some flat versions of the Super Bell, and also a boomerang flower in the background there. We can also see some P-wings stuffed in the back. It's also pretty cool to me that they have like the 8-bit versions of all the items with the number of coins that you need. It's very blurry, it's hard to see, but you can see there's classic symbols for these things as well. Looking at the shelves in the back of the store, we have exclamation blocks or some type of symbols, maybe from Super Mario World. We have P balloons, obviously from Super Mario World. We have P switches in the middle, and we also have some little cloud platforms in the top right shelf, and we can actually see the specific green springs from the Super Mario Bros. Lost Levels with the Super Mario All-Stars version. There's also some beakers with some red potion in them, obviously referring back to Super Mario Bros. 2. Now, I still have no clue what these things are on the bottom shelf. If anybody knows, that would be greatly appreciated. I just can't make it out. Now, there is a scene with two toads in the antique shop. One is trying to buy some cartridges. They look like NES cartridges in his hands once we zoom in, and the owner tells him that all you have to do is blow into it, obviously referring to the fact that you had to blow into these cartridges to get them to work sometimes. A lot of you young guys have no clue what I'm talking about. There's also some coins and what looks to be one of the wands from Mario Bros. 3 on the shelf in the back. If you look at the actual trailer, it's hard to see in this scene, but there's a long skinny screen going across the cash register, and you can see what it looks to be the Super Mario Bros. 1-1 level, where it's just a long level from the left to the right, which is really cool. We can then hear Toad say good morning and call the purple toad chanterelle, which is actually a type of mushroom, which is a cool reference. And yes, there's a hammer on the antique sign, probably referencing the hammer from Donkey Kong. We then see some toads with hard hats and gloves and gear themed after the ones obviously from Super Mario Maker and Super Mario Maker 2, which is really cool to see. There's also some crates with some fruit designs on them, and the only one we really get to see a lot of is the grapes, which reminds me of those from Yoshi's Story. And also, this toad has tons of sub sandwiches in his hands. There's also a concrete pipe in the background, which actually looks like a water runoff or some type of fountain coming out of the wall. Now we have this sign with the different levels that the elevator goes up to, with a picture of the hammer from Mario Maker 2. As soon as Mario gets off the elevator, we see another block sign. We've already seen like a fountain symbol, a castle symbol, and now a crown symbol, maybe referencing the different lives that Mario has as they turn into crowns when you get to maxing out your lives. That could be a stretch, but who knows. Then we can see a map of the Mushroom Kingdom, including the castle and all the different villages of toads and everything down below, and it's referenced from the Super Mario World map, which is a really cool detail. You can even see a little Yoshi egg on the top left and a ice flower maybe on the top right. However, what I think these could be is pipes that lead to different kingdoms. We can actually see them listed on the map itself as well. These could be referencing other kingdoms that you can get to. We know that there's a Yoshi kingdom, so that's what the Yoshi egg represents, and maybe that's not even an ice flower, maybe it's a picture of one of those penguins from the Snow Kingdom that you could get to using that pipe. And here's a sign with a Mario Bros. 3 mushroom. We also can see a smaller map above Mario and Toad that probably shows from there to the castle. You can see the castle on the map, you can see a mushroom and some other stops along the way, but there's also that ice flower again, which I still don't know what it is, and maybe this shows that yes, that was an ice flower. And also, this might be designed after Super Mario Bros. 3's map design, but it actually also reminds me of New Super Mario Bros., especially the one on the DS, where everything's just kind of moving in a linear straight line from the left to the right side of the screen. There also seems to be a symbol of a star above the Mario World themed map, and this toad has a toad themed mug, water bottle, or thermos that he's drinking out of. And I did point this out last time, these little boxes are references to Mario Maker 2, where you get little crates to place down in levels in the 3D world theme. There is a fruit stand with various different fruits, and they are reminiscent of past Mario games, and let me explain. Now, immediately a lot of people want to say just Yoshi's Story, but it's not just Yoshi's Story, as the watermelon still does have that zigzag as the fruits from that game, but believe it or not, these are probably referencing Super Mario Sunshine's fruits, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a die-hard fan. These are obviously fruits from that game. We also have the pineapple and the bananas, which only appeared in Sunshine. And when the camera flips, you can see some red fruit at that same stand with little green stems, which is probably the chili peppers from Mario Sunshine as well. There's also a shop in the background with a 3D design of the hammer this time instead of that classic 8-bit version. I also wanted to point out when Mario runs off the elevator, he runs the same way he does in Mario 3D World with his hands and fists close to his chest. And then finally we get to see Princess Peach's castle in all of its glory. It's beautiful even with her mural on the front like we've said before. We can also see those white birds flying away like we see in the Mario games, even like Mario Odyssey, Mario 64. And finally there are actual statues of golden mushrooms on the gate in order to enter into the castle. And yes, this was probably straight up referencing the golden mushroom item in Mario Kart. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, the gold fence is lined with little gold mushroom toppers as well. Come on, if that little detail doesn't deserve a subscribe, I don't know what does. Make sure you're subscribed down below, guys. And finally, we know Koji Kondo is coming back to make music specifically for this movie, which is great because we're actually getting video game music in a video game movie. Take that, Sonic the Hedgehog. But no, seriously, some of the themes is really good. As soon as the trailer starts, we can actually hear the Toad House theme from Mario Bros. 3. There's also many different versions of the original Super Mario Bros. Theme, and even the Super Mario World Overworld theme playing as well. There is seriously so much jam-packed into this one little clip, it's insane. And I know this movie is going to be filled with stuff, and I don't know how in the world I'm going to be able to cover the entire movie when it drops eventually on like DVD. this is going to be insane. It's probably going to be like a 12-hour video talking about all the Easter eggs and references, but this has been so much fun, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like always, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things the Mario movie and Mario in general. And if I miss anything, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and like always, I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.